Now once the packages are installed on the manager and the cryo, the container engine, and the proxy is configured and the OS is configured to use the proxy, it is a time to bootstrap the cluster. So we will be using kubeadm init to bootstrap the cluster, and there are certain parameters which we can pass while bootstrapping the cluster. So let's start with this. So we are on the proxy. Let's go to the manager 10.0.0.100 and the packages are installed. We had already done that in the previous section. If I can check it, yeah, kubectl, kubeadm and kubelet all is configured. Now what next? I need to bootstrap the cluster. So if you again go to the kubernetes.io and search here kubeadm cluster install, you will get the documentation. Creating a cluster with kubeadm. Click on this link. So it tells you again same thing. Make sure you have got a machine, compute, all the things, full connectivity. We have done all these things. What next? I need to prepare the container runtime is installed. All is good. Apart from initializing your control plane. Now bootstrapping the cluster, either you say I'm starting the cluster, or it is sometimes also referred as the control plane. Manager is also referred as the control plane. So we can also call it initialize your control plane. So certain things I have to give a supply while creating the cluster, like the pod network, which IP address I wanted to give it to my pods. So 172.16. If you remember, we had given the same IP in no proxy while configuring the proxy. We also need to install a pod network. We need to specify the runtime. So kubeadm init is the command. So if again same stuff, either you can go through it, click on kubeadm reference guide, and you can see all the parameters here. Kubeadm init is what we are currently interested in. Click on kubeadm init and I see a lot of options. We are going to use certain options here. API server advertise address is the one which is going to be my IP address of my server, that which interface Kubernetes will be listening to. Second thing which I can pass, not mandatory, is the your pod network. The IPs which will be given to my pods or my applications. So I'm going to use 172.16. You can also specify service CIDR. We will be creating a resource name as the service resource. So if you don't specify anything, it is going to take 110.96.0.0/12. Now make sure it should not be conflicting with any of the IPs. So if you remember, my host addresses are 10.0.0.0/8. So this is a different subnet. So this is not going to conflict. I can use this if you wish. Now again, one way is you can supply the command. You go here and you give the command kubeadm init API server advertise address and 10.0.0.100 and pod CIDR. You can supply this. No issues. Like earlier, I had on the same GitHub repository, if you go there, we have a script which you can use. Again, go to the scripts folder. And once you go to the scripts folder, you see a package here, not the package, the script here, on manager. Select on manager and see I'm doing the same thing here. Kubeadm init advertise address. So let's copy it. I'm just simply using I've created these variables and supplying the variable values here. Need not to be there. I can simply pass the values. So I copy this kubeadm init. I copy this from here. Either you run the script directly, so it is going to do certain things extra that but I want us to do it manually. So click here and just remember the IP address which you have got, 10.100, host name this, and the pod network is going to be 172.16. So copy it here and change the values. So instead of variable, I can supply the values there, right? Master IP is going to be 10.0.0.100. either space is also acceptable and equal to is also acceptable. API certificate address I can supply my manager, not necessary. Pod network is important, so I give here 172.16.0.0/16. Node name, again not mandatory. If I just go to stick to the very basics, only the pod network and is important. So I can remove all this. Honestly, I can remove this node name and all these things. I write my node name as the manager. Ignore pre-flight errors. I can write all, though we are not going to have any errors because we have configured all the things properly. So I can safely ignore this. I can safely remove this. I can also ignore the certificate thing. I can remove this also. Bare minimum use should be giving the API advertise address and the pod network. Node name can also be skipped if you wish. The kubeadm init initialize the manager. My IP address is this, and the pod network which I am going to use is 172.16. And remember, we had used the same in the proxy configuration with no proxy. Press enter here. Now it will take some time because it is going to download the images of API server, etcd, kube controller manager. It takes some time. You can also download these images beforehand using kubeadm config image pool. I hadn't given this because I want you to see it. In the script, I am already downloading them first. See? And then I am running it. But this will also work. It will take some time. We'll download these images and then we'll bootstrap my cluster. So we'll wait. Now, as you can see, it is being successfully done. This might take 5-6 minutes easily because it is going to download the images for the API server, controller manager, scheduler, etcd. This might take some time, and eventually I got this message: your Kubernetes control plane has initialized successfully. Now, in order for me to use the cluster, I just need to just follow the steps. So I'm doing it for you manually because I want you to show the steps. If you are comfortable, you can run the script. The script is automatically going to do all these things for you. So let me do it here. So I just need to create a directory, create it. All you need is read it carefully and follow the instructions. Copy the file and change the ownership of the file to current user. After this, you are supposed to deploy a pod network. And they had given you a reference also, that this is the reference from where you can run any pod networks. So one way is I can copy this. We are going to use Calico. So one way is copy this, open the browser, paste it here. And from any of these pod networks, you can use anyone, whichever your company or your environment wants. So we will be going ahead with Calico. Either you can use Calico or Flannel, which are the most commonly used. So if I go to Calico, again, you might need to follow a lot of steps. You go to the Calico and you will be able to find the steps. So what I had done, I had gone through Calico and I had downloaded their YAML file here. So just copy this YAML file, as we are going to use Calico as our pod network. Copy this and run this. Create a file here, say calico.yaml. Name need not to be same, but yes, content should be. Copy it. It's a slightly long file, will be copied. So I have mentioned these steps in the scripts on manager. If you run this on manager, it will automatically prompt you. Install the pod network. For Calico, get this file, and for Flannel, you can get the instructions from a Flannel install step file. So I have a file here, Flannel install steps. Here it is. So if you are planning to use Flannel, then use this. Calico, I'm doing it. So I had copied the file, I guess, yeah, save and come out. And let me check the status because it is being successfully initialized. You need to give the command kubectl get nodes. So get nodes is showing my control plane ready. It is started 3 minutes ago. Now, and the version is 1.27.1. One more command you should give is kubectl in the namespace kube system get pods. I have to make sure that all the pods running in this namespace should be one by one. These should be one by one. So my etcd is running properly, API server is running properly, everything is running properly. Finally, I just need to give the command kubectl apply calico. Calico also need to be installed. So for now, just run the YAML. It is going to create a lot of resources. Need not to worry. And then again give the command kubectl get nodes. Manager is ready, and kubectl in the namespace -cube system get pods. You should see calico pods are also coming up. So this might take some time, or this will take some time, but eventually if everything is cool, everything is good, these should be one by one again. So we'll wait. I can check, like if I give the command get pods, it's coming up. So you can describe it to see what it is doing. It is still trying to pull the image. No problem. We will wait. So kubectl get pods, sorry, kubectl in the namespace kube system. Yeah. And if I check the second one, kubectl in the namespace kube system describe pod, that's this one. It's still pulling up. So we'll wait for, and it will be ready soon. Let's check it again. If I give the command here, yeah, everything is running properly. All the pods inside the kube system namespace are one by one. They are good. So my etcd, API, controller manager, proxy, scheduler, calico, DNS, everything is running properly. So please make sure that kubectl get nodes should show you the manager ready, and kubectl in the namespace kube system get pods should show you all the pods one by one. This might take some 4 or 5 minutes depending upon your internet speed. Once this is done, your manager is ready, and the next step we are going to do is we are going to join the worker. So if you are good with this, all good up till here, you can move to the next video.